Quincy Promes, the Dutch footballer that is being constantly name dropped in all sorts of news. He has been accused of drug trafficking, of stabbing someone, of a lot of different things. And today's video is going to be kind of diving into this guy's career and ask ourselves, what is the point? What's really going on with a player like Quincy Promes, a very talented footballer who I would argue had a successful career. I mean, he's made it professional. He's got everything that he wants in his life. And he's now finding himself in a situation where apparently he's going to get extradited back to the Netherlands, and apparently he's going to go to prison and all these type of stuff. Yo, what is going on, my YouTube people? 29 back here with another video. And in today's video, it's a little bit of a different sort of video that I'm going to be doing compared to my usual videos. I'm going to be talking about a certain individual that you guys most probably have heard of in the past, if not footballing wise. Maybe you've heard him in the news, or maybe you've even heard him in the video game FIFA, right? Because he's considered as a sweaty player. Nevertheless, I'm talking about Quincy Promes. Now, unless you guys have been living under a rock and you have been following football, you guys have definitely heard that this guy is being extradited back to the Netherlands, apparently, and he is going to go to court, and he is being accused of just a lot of atrocities. He's done drug trafficking, has to do with cocaine and stuff. So I don't think this video can be monetized because I'm going to be talking about some very sensitive topics. I mean, it's okay. That's not why I'm doing this video anyways. But as you guys have heard about this, it's tragic because we've got a talented player like Quincy Promes, who I just mentioned is a professional footballer, currently plays for Spartak Moscow after leaving the Netherlands after playing for Ajax. And he's in Russia, right? Which is a country, politically, we know it's hard for some people that are there to go back to the original country and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into that. But what I'm going to be talking about is, yeah, you've got a talented player in Quincy Promes who's got everything in front of him. And it seems that it's a very reoccurring theme when it comes to footballers, not just for Promes, but there's so many footballers who just give their football lives away because of a crime that they've done in the past. And it's very frustrating to see. Some do get away with it, Mason Greenwood, and some potentially might not get away with it. Quincy Promes is an example. And you've got everything in front of you, right? You don't need to be doing that. Like, you're a professional footballer. You're an idol to some people. You're a player that kids will look up to, even adults, people who like the club or like you or your country. You don't need to be doing that, because not only you're giving a bad image to yourselves, you're obviously giving a bad image to your country, and you're giving a bad image to your club as well. And he's now in a situation where his footballing life may get taken away from him. He might go to prison. I don't know that's going to happen. He's currently appealing. So if there's going to be more news on that, I guess it's going to come in the future. But you don't need to be doing that. You've got all the money you want, all the lifestyle, quite possibly everything in life, right? And to still be going, back to dealing to those sort of stuff, it's tragic. And, there's a lot of footballers who grew up in very questionable environments, who had probably dealt with things like drugs, not just in football, but, other athletes. I can think of Leon Edwards in the UFC, who had a very difficult childhood. But, once you've made it out, you're not supposed to be going back into that sort of field. I mean, I'll give Leon Edwards as another example, the UFC champion. He said that he was in a very bad position in his life, and he pushed through it. He's a UFC champion. He has a lot of money. He has all the lifestyle, everything he wants. Why should you go back to what you were doing? And maybe you might ask and, tell me, oh, maybe Quincy Promes did this a long time ago and he got caught for it. Well, this is a case of 2020, right? So 4 years ago, he was still a professional footballer. It's unacceptable. It's really, really unacceptable when you've got something like that, because it's sad. It's very sad, because there's people who work their whole lives to be a professional footballer, may not be able to reach that level, and you've got someone who does make it professional and does that. It's like a waste, man. It's a 1% chance to become a footballer, and you're putting it all away for something like that. And I hope that someone explains him that, or he probably already knows. He's probably been told that. He's also been involved in a stabbing incident a long time ago. I'm not too sure what happened with that. I think that's also part of the appeal. It's not just the drug, it's the stabbing part. Like, this is a genuine criminal. Like, you can't consider him as a footballer anymore. He's a genuine criminal. It's scary, and it's like, how many more of these guys are out there in other leagues, or you know, abroad? It's scary. It's very, very scary. And like I said, some people do get away with it, some people don't. And Quincy Promes is someone who will probably not get away with it. And it's something that needs to be reevaluated, reassessed. It's something that needs to stop. I feel like criminal activities in football in general are getting more and more increasing as time flies by. When it goes to little, you know, little stuff to very big things, it's it's scary for the future, because does that mean some people may be able to go ahead and get away with very, very bad things just because they're a footballer? Um, no, they deserve to be punished the same as a regular person, really. So that's what I really have to say about this Quincy Promes situation. I want to know what you guys think about this. You know, let me know what you guys think about Quincy Promes, both as a footballer and as of what he's done. I would love to know what you guys think. All my social media will be down in the description. My Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok, Discord, all of it will be down in the description for you guys to check out. Subscribe if you guys are new as well. Subscribe if you guys are new as well. It really does help the channel quite a lot. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Damn, I'm on red alert. Else you went up in the dirt, man. I don't wanna